For the next step of the composition, we're going to use the sampler. I'm going to create a new voice and open up the sampler section and hit the start button and then sample my own voice. In this case, I'm just going to whistle a sound and record my whistling sound, and I can trim it if I want to and edit it. And then the keyboard can play back the whistling that I just sampled in. And as I change the pitches on the keyboard, it'll change the pitches of my sampled whistling sound. So now I can use this instrument to record my voice on top of the loops that have already been recorded. But first I'm going to rename my sample, and now I can hit the record button and start recording. As I use the keyboard to play back my own voice, I'll create a melody on the keyboard using my own sampled voice. Then I hit the stop key and I can go back to the editing view where all the other tracks are located. I can touch this track and quantize it like I've quantized all the other tracks. This one I'm going to do to the nearest eighth note. Then I'm going to click on the same track and then edit the track. There was a little delay of the starting note. It was started to measure late, so I'm going to grab each note and move it forward in time. Line it up with the measures, each individual note in this case. And once I've done that, I can go back, click on the Done button on the upper right hand corner, and go back to the main screen where all the other instruments are located. And I can adjust the track volumes on each of the tracks to make sure they're not too loud or too soft. And on the guitar track, I'm going to pan it all the way to the right channel. And then by doing that with each individual track, I can separate the sounds up better. Now by hitting the plus up on that timeline at the top, I can add another section. By clicking the duplicate several times, I can duplicate that section that I've just created, creating a series of identical tracks, each of which is 8 measures long. 8 different sections, and each section is 8 measures long. Then I can delete individual tracks and re-record them. In this track, I'm going to delete the guitar part and record a new guitar part. So that's how I can add more sections. I can even add a blank new section and use the same instruments but compose each one of these one track at a time from scratch. Here we have a blank section, and using the same voices I can start with the drums and record each track again in an entirely unique way.